Okay, let's do an introduction to Premiere. I've already got it running. It is Adobe Premiere, and it'll be in your applications if it's not already on your dock. And I have one set up here already, but I will file new project just to introduce you to that. You should name your project, whatever it's called. This one's last name, first name, video one. And make sure you know where you're saving your work to, like location. Well, users, I've logged into a min, and it's on the desktop. If it's not that, the browse menu may be up here or down there, depending on which version of Premiere you're using. So you browse it. If it's not desktop or you can do movies as well. I'll hit movies because maybe I want to save it into my movies folder. Choose that, and that's all you have to click. Another window will pop up on CS6, but in Adobe CC Premiere. When you do a new sequence, you will set the sequence size. And for this one, we are going to do either HDV 1080-24 or 720-24, depending on your video size. I will do I'll leave it on 1080, which is a higher resolution. So you click OK, and you can rename the sequence now or just leave it as sequence 1. So there's my workspace. To bring in a clip, I'm going to go File, Import, and the clips should already be offloaded on your desktop if you haven't done that, in a folder. And mine is on the desktop. I have one clip. It's a movie file. I know it's a movie file because it's a .movie. And I'm going to import that clip. And you're like, well, where is it? Well, there are tabs here, all these different tabs. And the one tab you have here, the project tab, has the sequence 1 and what's in the sequence. And there it is. It's been imported, and I can scrub through my short video clip. And I can drag it across. And I'm going to change settings so it fits the workspace. So there's my mini movie right there. I can scrub through the timeline. And there's a slider down at the bottom. This doesn't physically make your video longer, but visually it zooms in on the timeline. Just to give you a little tour, I've got the audio lines and video lines here. All right, so video 1, video 2, and video 3, audio 1, audio 2, audio 3. And you can add more if we're stacking the work. I want to render this out. So you always render out a movie, right? For playback, right now it's yellow, or if it's red, it needs to be rendered. Otherwise, it'll get laggy or playback slowly. So render in and out. It'll take, you want to render often. You also can hit return on your keyboard. Usually it's a shortcut, and it renders the files. Or it renders the movie, I should say. And once it's done rendering, I might just save it right away. And you don't have to do a save as long as you've chosen the location already. And it's done. I hit spacebar to pause, and I'll just save it, because now I've saved the render. So now I can move the movie around. And if I want to get rid of the audio in the movie, I'm going to right-click. And I'm going to unlink the audio from the video. Unlink. It's a right-click, unlink. And then I click on the audio, and I delete it. I don't want to hear the audio that was recorded. You can put your own audio in. The next thing you could do is push it around to make some space for a title and maybe some credits at the end. Okay? So the first thing I might do is do a new title. And actually, you know what I'm going to do first is cut it up. And I might use the razor tool right there, razor tool. And I will scrub through my timeline, meaning that I'm going to scrub through a point where I want to do a trim. So right there where the direction changes there. So I've now cut the film, or the video there. It doesn't physically alter it. And now I'm able to do a transition. So let's go to Effects tab, Video Transitions, and I will do, I don't know, a page peel. and I'll drop the transition right in between the two. So now when I scrub through, there's a transition right there. I'm going to render that out. All right, and I'm going to save it, pause it, and save. I save often, and especially if it's something I like. If I wanted the transition to be longer, I can zoom in. And I should be able to drag it. Well, I may not be able to because I'm not used to this program. It might be a bit different in CC, so I'll have to investigate that. Also, I'm looking for my titles. Add type kit. No. So I may need to practice a bit more effects. I'm looking for titles, but I'm going to have to maybe look into that on Adobe CC. That will get you started bringing all your different clips in, because you're going to have a couple clips of video that you're going to drag across. Save often. Let me just have one last look for the text. And I don't see it. Must be up in the effects somewhere. So I will look into that. But that is enough to get you started. If you wanted to roll the end of a clip in, if you didn't want to see it all, you can roll the end in. That just eliminates the end of the clip there. For those of you on CS6, the title window is up here. All right, thanks for watching.